All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Um, yeah, we live. Y'all see we talking about Danny Garcia and his father Angel Garcia. Tells Tim Bradley and Lomachenko they need to fight Bud. We're gonna talk a little bit about his fight with Ivan Redick and the possibility of him fighting Pacquiao next. Wilder Fury trilogy is signed up after they fight February 22nd. And we'll talk a little bit about Mikey and Jesse Vargas and a few other things like Jarrett Hurd, his fight and the message he sent to his fans today. Salute to Jarrett Hurd and him saying he want to run it back with Julian J. Rock Williams. Also going to talk a little bit about Crawford possibly fighting Jose Ramierz next and Mikey staying on his own and fighting Josh Taylor, if not getting the Pacquiao fight. Also, Jermall Charlo was also offered the Demetrius Andrade fight, and stuff of that nature. So we're gonna talk about a few things today. Um, but I do appreciate it, man. So everybody fall in for Cisco salute. Make sure you hit that like button if you please. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. Hey, either or, it makes me no difference. You want to make a donation to the channel? That link's always in the description. It's the best time. Is anytime, so that link always there. If you want to send a super chat, that's cool. But I prefer the Cash App or the PayPal because it's not taxed. But appreciate everybody out there to love support. Uh, but let's talk about Danny Garcia and what he had to say. Shout out to AB Boxing News. Go over there. They got the interview. Um, First one I seen was with Angel, but apparently Danny said it first, and he was mad. He sounded even mad. He said, "How did Khan get $5 million for the Crawford fight?" Well, had you negotiated, they probably would have offered you the same $5 million or close to that. Um, but he says that him and his father, basically his father said it after he did. He said, we ain't got to fight Crawford. Why they worry about what's going on in the PBC universe? I'm paraphrasing. He said, why don't Tim Bradley go fight Crawford, or they move Loma up to fight Crawford? And it's the usual thing. I wish the fans had. I wish that Angel, Danny Garcia, and the rest of them, Errol Smith. I wish they had the same energy that these fanboys got. See, one of the things that can separate a man from a woman is admitting when you are wrong. You know what I'm saying? Women don't want to admit when they're wrong. Men don't do that. That's why men are able to have men are able to have disputes with their homeboys and move on. And that's why women can have disputes with their homegirls and never move on. That's real talk. That's why women hate to say they wrong. Even when it's in a male relationship, even when they have friends, they got relationships with their females and female friends. They hate to admit when they're wrong. And that's a sign that you got a little bit of estrogen and a lot of estrogen in your system, man. Just go ahead and admit that you're wrong. All this questionable behavior, even Ivan Radic danced around the question. At the end of the day, and then Danny goes on to say Tim Bradley hadn't fought nobody. Really? He beat Lamar Peterson way before you fought Lamar Peterson. He beat Kendall Holt. You know what I'm saying? He beat Devin Alexander when he was undefeated. He beat Pacquiao. That's the guy you trying to fight next. He hadn't fought nobody. He hadn't beat nobody. He beat all those guys. He beat Juan Marquez. You know what I'm saying? He beat him. Well, I mean, do people believe the stuff that come out these guys' mouth? Banco, Francisco, Samuel, salute the battle rifle, Mark Pinkerton. Are you serious? This is way before Lamont Peterson even as far as the Tim Bradley thing. It's way before that. This was Lamont Peterson was undefeated on Showtime. I remember watching that fight. So to go out here and say, "Oh, Tim Bradley hasn't fought nobody. Why doesn't he come out of retirement?" Danny Garcia, a ho out here. Lawrence Williams, salute. Y'all go subscribe to Lawrence Williams' channel. He got some great content. Deshaun, I see you. Lavish, I see you. Like just the end. This is it's funny because Timothy Bradley was a 10 times better welterweight than Danny Garcia. Maybe they had a little exaggeration on it, but Danny Garcia, what has he done at welterweight? They sit here and they criticize Timothy Bradley. The same Pacquiao they trying to fight, Timothy Bradley fought him 3 times. Like it or not, the opponent Mikey Garcia fighting February 29th and Jesse Vargas, Timothy Bradley fought him long ago. Marquez, he fought him already too. Lamont Peterson, he fought him long ago too. Devin Alexander fought him for 140 pounds for supremacy. Nate Campbell didn't end the way it should ended in headbutts. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, these dudes don't know their history. He didn't want to fight Porter. He used Earl Spence and said he can't sell. Yeah, I heard that. He had an opportunity to fight Porter, but at the same time, I understand that because they saying that I get why he fighting Ivan Redick. I want to say his name right. Is because and Redick is a southpaw. He's fighting Manny Pacquiao next possibly. But then he say it still can happen, and I know it still can happen for Mikey and Danny. I mean, say Mikey and Pacquiao. But what this is my thing about it, right? And he fought Povetkin too. That was like fight of the decade. That could be a fight of the decade type fight. But this is my issue right here. Boxing is so dysfunctional. You know what I'm saying? The boxing is so dysfunctional. Instead of Mikey and Danny fighting each other to get Pacquiao, boxing is simple. It's like simple math. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is like simple math, but everybody don't know simple math. You know, some of us, we might not have a math class in 10, 15, 20, 30 years, you know. And when you get to the real world, you know, depending if you rather go, you want to be a rocket science or you want to be a math teacher or depending on what you want to do, some of that shit you learned back in high school and middle school, you never use it. All you need to know how is count your money. You know what I'm saying? But now you have to test for like to get in McDonald's. You have to test to get into a factory. So they doing a lot of simple math is something that is not complex, but it's not so simple where it's that simple. You know what I'm saying? If it was so simple, then everybody learned how to count cards. But was it's simple math. You know, boxing is like simple math. It's so simple that it can be complex. Instead of Mikey and Danny fighting each other and then the winner getting Pacquiao, they take two different routes. Mikey tune up versus Southpaw, not even Redick on Showtime where nobody gonna watch it. Because Showtime ratings are diving. Charlo, Danny, it ain't gonna matter. And Mikey go over to the zone and respectively, you can understand Mikey. Mikey probably making 4 or 5 or 6 times more than Danny Garcia making a fight Redick. Mikey making $7 million to fight Jesse Vargas. That's probably more money he drove in fighting Errol Spence. Or almost around the same money. Fight Jesse Vargas. But instead of each other fighting each other and marking themselves as a viable candidate to fight Pacquiao, they rather take the hard route. But for Mikey Garcia's standpoint, he gotta sometimes you just gotta point out that was great business. You know, and that just shows you another reason why boxing's so messed up is that Mikey Garcia can get outboxed for 2 rounds. He can dupe the fans and turn around and get a $7 million payday versus Jesse Vargas on his own. How does that happen? You know, his stock should be at like the lowest point after that Errol Spence thing. But the great thing about that was the Errol Spence fight was on pay-per-view and it wasn't on regular television. So, you know, so he moves on. He making way more than Danny making. So you think he supposed to split his sandwich in half? Not even split his sandwich into a quarter and take a quarter of it and eat it and give the middle part to Al and Fox and then let Danny have the other quarter? No, he proing up off a whole $7 million. But then again, you don't have throwback fighters. This is what happened when you make a poor man's sport into a rich high class sport. It's a sad case, you know, but you can't fault him. It's good business. It's really, really good business, but it's funny how you know the Bud Crawford name is. It's funny how people can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like it's very, very blatant. You know, like the UK fans can't see Anthony Joshua is just a ho out here. You know what I'm saying? But you know he come out and say, "Well, I shouldn't have said that about Sparring Fury, or I shouldn't have gave Andrew Ruiz the belts in the first fight." He goes on to say things like that. But people just dismiss him. He in a whole hot tub with 3 or 4 other men rubbing each other's chests, and everybody don't want to bat an eye. Nobody got nothing to say bad about Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? So you know people tend to ignore what they want to know. This is the difference between a hardcore boxing fan and a casual fanatic. We got a lot of casual fanatics in the community, and I welcome casual fanatics. But the problem is when they start masking and they start perpetrating and they start hiding and they disguising themselves as hardcore fans. You're not a hardcore fan. You're not a hardcore fan. Hardcore fan always want to see the best fights, regardless what region you from, what state you from, what country you from, what side of the street you on. The best always fought the best. When Don King and Bob Aaron was around and guys like that, man, you always, you probably got some bull sniff here and there, but you always got the fights that you wanted to see, and they made the big fights for the most part. And now they're not making the big fights. Now, they coaching their fighters to be hoes. And it's a green custom ink salute. It's crazy. A fanatic is, they get on AJ, but they don't get on Errol Spence. Errol Spence ain't showed his face. I thought he was coming back January 25th. I thought he was coming back in the spring. Casual maniacs. That's what it is. Very, very dismissive. Very, very dismissive. And then they're gonna ask the media to come out here and spend money and fly out to this shitty ass card. Jarrett Hurd fighting somebody that J Rock fought when he was 6-0. That's everything you need to know right there. Jarrett Hurd, and J Rock had a draw with this guy though. Jarrett Hurd is fighting the guy that J Rock fought when he was 6-0. Come on, man. Jarrett Hurd is fighting the guy that J Rock fought when he's 6-0. He stands at 54. So J Rock in the tune-up. Jarrett Hurd in the tune-up, and Danny Garcia in the tune-up, and you expect somebody to spend $300, $400, $500 on the flight, another $300, $400 on the hotel, and come out to Brooklyn in January? You didn't even wait till tax season started. You Texas Rock salute. You want to waste somebody for this? Come on, man. Ain't nobody that hungry, dude. You can wait another week. Or you can wait what? That's the same weekend, I think. That's the Super Bowl, is it? Or you can wait another week and watch Tevin Farmer and go to Miami and enjoy all them beautiful women in Miami. And watch JoJo Diaz. So, come on, man. Like I said before, it's just so much pussy talk coming out them guys' mouth over there. Even got Ivan Redick. Oh, no, I like Terence Crawford, his style. And I watch Terence Crawford very closely, but I have no interest in fighting Terence Crawford if I get past Danny Garcia, I'm done looking on that side of the street, and then looking on that side of the street, Yeah, man. I'm gonna text you though. I was a little bit busy that day, bro. I got you though. I'm going to take no. Danny Garcia. How did Amir Khan get $5 million fighting Terence Crawford? Yeah, you were now you Mr. I want $10 million to fight Errol Spence, or I want $10 million to fight Terence Crawford. Now that $5 million looking good to you. Go get your money versus Pacquiao. It don't matter. You getting beat by Pacquiao regardless. They're not gonna mess up that Mayweather bag. Who's Tim Bradley fought? Who's Tim Bradley fought? He needs to come out of retirement. And him and Angel, man. And what's so funny, and what grinds my gears more about them, and people say, well, Danny really ain't that relevant, no way. But what grinds my gears about Angel and Danny Garcia is they was calling, Angel called Terence a nappy-headed nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what he called him. And he said he ain't nothing, and Danny go on Gilly the Kid podcast, $1 million worth of game, said he had knocked Terence out. Ain't nothing but space and opportunity, big bro. It ain't nothing but space and opportunity, Bobby Swag salute. Ain't nothing but space and opportunity. See, don't throw a rock and hide your hand. You know what I'm saying? Or don't talk junk and then don't want to cross the street or don't want to meet in the street. Danny and his daddy do all this talking. You don't see them really praise black fighters. Let me peep game to you. His daddy said they not Afro Puerto Rican, right? His daddy said they not Afro Puerto Rican. That's what he said. He said we not Afro Puerto Rican. He said hold on, I got some text. Shout out to James Brown, bro, for the super chat. For the PayPal. So salute. We'll make a donation. That link's in the description. Best way you can donate is share the video though. And also super chat, but I prefer the other two methods. But but yeah, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, he want to say we Afro, we not Afro Puerto Rican, we Euro Puerto Rican, right? Then he basically called Kenny and Shawn some monkeys on the Boxing Voice. That's when they was interviewing him in the locker room, right? Then he talked all this junk about, oh, we beat Crawford in the amateurs. When he beat us, it wasn't like we lost; it was just runner up. Then he still got like 1,200. How you gonna run your mouth? This is my problem with them. Other than that, had they not run their mouth about Crawford, I wouldn't care. I care less if Crawford fought Danny Garcia. I care less if he fights Shawn Porter. Only fight I want to see him in is versus Errol Spence. And if it ain't Errol Spence, then Pacquiao or Floyd, I'll take it. Only because Pacquiao got a belt. But how can you run your mouth and then don't want to fight? And then where do you really hear Danny Garcia or Angel Garcia say something good about a black fighter? Maybe now and again, but then again, shout out to Ricky in the super chat, appreciate it. And then he sit there and he guzzled down Canelo Alvarez. You know, when Angel Garcia talk about Canelo Alvarez, he about to climax. He about to have an orgasm, like he wished Canelo was his son. See, he don't have no problem. Billy M. Salute. He ain't got no problem praising Canelo Alvarez. And I don't see no reason why Canelo, any interview, you could be talking about green eggs and ham. Well, Canelo, last time I checked, Canelo was a cheat. Canelo was robbing guys. You know what I'm saying? Canelo was an opportunist. But hey, you sit here and you talk about a guy like Terence Crawford, who y'all came up with the amateurs with fighting, and you ain't got nothing good. He cheat on his wife. He had nappy hit a nigga. And you can't say the N-word if you a Euro Puerto Rican. That's why I want to see him that's why I want to see his son get the shit beat out of him. And the apple don't fall far from the tree. You know? But that's a God honest truth. That's the only reason I want to see the fight. They keep running their mouth. Or why don't Timothy Bradley for? But he did say some real shit, Angel. You know, he said he can't believe that Top Rank ain't built up another 47 pounder to fight Bud. And that's not PBC problem. He right. You know, he put Bob Arum put so much stock in Booz Putin and the Mean Machine, Ingus Kavalaskis. He put so much stock in them that he didn't think about, obtaining another American welterweight. Now, do I think they thought that Terence Crawford would be as good as he is? I'm starting to think that they didn't believe Crawford was going to be that good, or maybe they just didn't look ahead for an opponent, because they should have been building up somebody else. And they should have been looking out for guys like Jerron Ennis, but they did make an offer to Adrian Broner before Broner got with Al Heyman. Bob tried to sign him. I believe he also made an offer to Errol Spence. They tried to sign him coming out the amateurs. So they did try to sign some of the big lucrative welterweights now. Obviously, they gave Keith Thurman to try to get him a deal down the line. Thurman ended up getting the Pacquiao fight. They had Mikey Garcia at one point. That didn't work out. Garcia contract was funny. So they had some guys that would have been up there around now, and they could have had them. They just didn't work out. So they got Jose Ramierz, and that's who Crawford supposed to be fighting next. I hear after he fighting China, so it won't be no undisputed showdown between him and Josh Taylor. And I explain who Josh Taylor gonna fight. And obviously, we all heard the news that Josh Taylor, he got charged, or he came to a deal for saying racial slurs at a bouncer somewhere overseas. I thought he had dropped the N-bomb, and I was gonna do a video on it, but nah, he called him the CUN, word, and you know what I'm saying, and you called him a yellow Asian guy, yellow CU, you know what, and at the end of the day, I don't care. Homophobic slur, everybody's so damn soft. When people say stuff like that, it ain't no fucking racial slur or homophobic slur. It's just not a term of endearment. You know what I'm saying? But, these dudes is, everybody's sensitive in the world. I mean, Janoris Jenkins had to retire. They cut him for not apologizing for saying retard. So that's just the times we living in. Didn't Eddie Hearn try to sign Gary Russell? What happened? Gary Russell didn't do it. I just say Al Heyman, a powerful guy. UK laws are very sensitive. Yeah, that's why they probably got less racism than us. I know down south they got like slander laws and stuff of that nature. You know what I'm saying? They got slander laws and stuff like that, which don't really work for the brothers though. But you know, call somebody a cracker and see what happened down in Florida. But but at the same time, you know, it is what it is. We know what Danny about. He fighting Ivan Redick. Redick is a southpaw apparently. I remember him fighting Devin Alexander. He lost to Tevin Farmer. He got knocked out by John Molina at lightweight. So he a guy that been around. Like I said, do we got any chance of beating Danny Garcia? Absolutely not. He said, is it me or does it seem like Angel Garcia is becoming as retarded as the years go by? Said for Tim Bradley to come out of retirement to fight Bud and for Loma to come move up to 47. And like I said before, I think a lot of people would love to see Loma come up to 47. But we all know that's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But he right. You know, Bud on the wrong side of the street. And that's just the politics of it right now. You know, and that's the only thing we could say. At the end of the day, Angel Garcia right. They don't want to fight him. It took for Terence. I want to say this too. It took for Terence Crawford. It took for Terence Crawford to come to the welterweight division for PBC to start to making their welterweights fight each other. I say it again. It came for Terence Crawford to come to the welterweight division for PBC fighters to start for the PBC to make their fighters fight each other. Before Terence Crawford really came, you get a Keith and Shawn here and there. You got that fight, Keith and Shawn, but Errol Spence wasn't getting the fights that he wanted. So in a way, Errol Spence should thank Terence Crawford for coming to the division. Because before Terence Crawford came to this division, none of them dudes was fighting Errol Spence. Only guy that had enough heart to fight Errol Spence was Kell Brook. And Kell Brook didn't have to fight Errol Spence, and people would have understood. He just got his eye broke by Triple G. And then, you know, he had to come down 13 pounds to fight Errol Spence. People would have understood if he didn't fight Errol Spence. We all would have understood because of his situation. But you know what? He had heart. He came over and he fought him. Shawn Porter went over to the UK. Him and Kenny to go over there with Errol Spence. And they was prepared to call out Kell Brook. Remember that? And they was doing an interview on the street and they said, oh, we want a rematch with Kell Brook. As soon as Earl got the title, they didn't want the rematch no more. Keith Thurman. People talking about, oh, Bud should sign to the same side of the street, should sign to PBC. Look at Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman never wanted to fight Errol Spence. It never happened. And now even if it do happen, I mean, who really want to see that fight? Keith Thurman, it looked like a light heavyweight. He get hurt every other punch. You know what I'm saying? So who really want to see that fight? Danny Garcia, every elite welterweight he fought, he lost to. I mean, it's the guy who struggled with Robert the Ghost Guerrero. The one that after he lost to Floyd and after he lost to Keith Thurman. So all of a sudden, Danny want to jump in the ring and fight Errol Spence after he looked his most vulnerable in his career. But just 2-3 years ago, when Errol Spence was calling out Danny Garcia's name, he didn't want to fight. He was never getting Pacquiao. He was never getting Floyd. So at the end of the day, people talking about, oh, this PBC welterweight. Shout out to Kevin Cunningham. I fuck with him, but he said this should be the tournament. Nah, bro. The senior citizen tournament. All these dudes had their chance to fight Errol Spence before he had a title. When he got a title, Andre Berto was hiding under a rock. You know what I'm saying? Shawn Porter didn't want to fight him for whatever reason it was. You know what I'm saying? All these dudes had their opportunities to fight this man. Now you telling me it take for Terence Crawford to form cohesiveness over at PBC. If Terence Crawford never would have gotten to the division, them dudes still wouldn't have been fighting Errol Spence to the next decade. That's real stuff. You could think Danny beat Shawn Porter all you want to. What do BoxRec say? If Danny beat Shawn Porter, hey man, and he wanted that fight, and he wasn't scared to take that fight, they should fight again, belt or no belt on the line. If you feel like he can do better, then shout out to Jason Sosa. I ain't trying to hear that. If he beat him, then do it again. Why we gotta watch Ivan Redick? So Porter won the fight. Now, if he want to avenge his loss to Porter, I'm pretty sure Porter wouldn't have no problem fighting him again. He said, "What fight?" Angel said, "What sense does it make to fight Redick when you have a Brooklyn-born Puerto Rican and Luis Collazo? Collazo been called. I think Collazo suffered a cut, bro. He working with Top Rank right now. So Collazo suffered a cut, and he just lost. So I'm probably thinking that cut ain't healing time. Plus, he just lost. He lost to the dude from Top Rank who supposed to be a fight for the interim IBF or the full IBF, depending on how it makes sense. He didn't even want to fight. He didn't want to fight Yugas. That was a fight that the PBC matchmakers was pushing for. I'm not gonna say who they are, but that's the fight they was pushing for. Danny turned down your Dennis Yugas. He did. He turned down your Dennis Yugas for this fight date. Josito Lopez for this fight date. Not sure if Lipias was offered, but I think he didn't want to fight him as well. And he chose Ivan Redick. So he posed it, but Redick is southpaw, and he supposed to be maybe prepping for Manny Pacquiao. He said Redick got dropped by Molina. Let's let that sink in. He got stopped by Molina. And he got beat by Tevin Farmer. He said Danny is in it for the money, nothing else. So Danny would rather nickel and dime, right? Just let that. If Danny in for the money, right? Danny would rather nickel and dime and it's working for him. He nickel and dime whatever he made versus Granados, $1 million, $1.5 million. Whatever he making this fight, $1 million, $1.5 million, $2 million. He gonna nickel and dime and then cash out versus Pacquiao. It's cool. I get it. I ain't mad at him and Pacquiao do what, 400,000, 350,000 pay-per-views, maybe 500. You know, Pacquiao gonna get 20 million guaranteed. Danny Garcia gonna get the leftovers from the fight. He probably gonna make $7-10 million, whatever he gonna make, and then he ain't gonna never be heard from for a while. I'm cool with it. Wood, salute. Y'all go subscribe to Wood Stay Real TV. Yeah, I'm cool with it. I ain't even mad at him. It's business. But my problem with Danny Garcia is Danny Garcia not no elite welterweight. Him or Shawn ain't elite. No, people say, oh, Shawn elite because he competed versus Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? He competed. He's the bridesmaid. When somebody get married, he's the bridesmaid. You know, every time, he come up short. Julio Diaz, draw. Keith Thurman came up short. Errol Spence came up short. Kell Brook came up short. You know what I'm saying? He barely came up above Danny Garcia in some people's opinion. But my problem is when you get to running your mouth about somebody, but then you want to hide and don't want to compete. That's my problem with Angel Garcia, man. Like I said before, I ain't supporting this fight. Unless Redick win, that's the only way I'm talking about this fight. Michael Carson said PBC said protective boxing custody. Basically, that's what it is. But like I said before, if it wasn't for Terence Crawford, Errol Spence wouldn't be getting the fights he getting now. I promise you that. That's the only reason these dudes is they PBC making their welterweights fight each other. They didn't have no plan for these dudes to fight each other. If they did, Keith and Earl would have been fought. How much building did that fight mean? If it wasn't for Crawford, Errol Spence wouldn't have Shawn on his resume, and he wouldn't have. Well, that's all he got on his resume, or he wouldn't about to put Danny on his resume. That's it. Terence Crawford is responsible for PBC putting their fighters in with each other because they don't want none of their fighters having to fight Terence Crawford or walking across the street. And that's a real deal. And for him asking Loma to move up, I mean, shit, I'd love to see it. I wish Angel was the matchmaker over there at Top Rank. We all know that's not going to happen. We know that's not going to happen. But like I said before, Angel Garcia, we know what he is, man. He's a racist. I'm not gonna forget. I'm not gonna forgive or nothing he said. Oh, I'm not an Afro Puerto. I'm a Euro Puerto Rican. Call Kenny and Shawn monkeys. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, all they do, these dudes act like they so trill and real and ready to thump out here. But when they see each other, all they do is shake each other's hand. I really don't think James Brown. He said, I really don't think Spence will be the same. There's a lot more than physical rehabilitation he's going to need. What about the mental? That shit could have been tragic. Man, he not even in the picture, dude. This nigga not even going to show his face. You know what I'm saying? One day you're going to wake up, Bernardo, salute. One day you're going to wake up, and then they're going to be vacated them belts or retired from boxing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter about him. But the same thing is, if it wasn't for Crawford, none of these dudes would jump in the ring with Errol Spence. That's why PBC, and also the money problems they having over there. The money problems they had. If it weren't for Fox, PBC was in trouble. They still could be in trouble. Because they got problems. That's why some of them dudes over there losing their properties. Losing restaurants. And at the end of the day, people say, they watch everybody's channel, but they claim they don't. I don't care if you watch my channel. If you're watching Kelly, Sam, whoever over there, Sylvia, Al, whoever I don't need y'all niggas' credentials. Guess what? My 20,000, whatever the hell I got, I don't need you. I'm not gonna cry like beauty shop conversation over some access. I don't want to talk to your sweaty fighters. Now, if they start fighting, if they start competing for real and doing some real fights, maybe I'll talk to a few of them. But I don't want to show up to your shitty events. I don't want to spend my $30, $35, $40 on y'all tickets. Yeah, I don't want that, bro. I don't need your media credentials. You put on a real fight, then maybe I'll think about it. But I don't need it. Yeah, but Bob don't hold up unifications like he hold up everything. They both do. Let's talk about Wilder. He said Brooklyn 718 said Garcia lost to Herrera. Yeah, that was in Puerto Rico too. That nigga ain't been back since. But yeah, Wilder and Fury supposed to have signed for a trilogy. I'm gonna tell you what that's about. I was just on the horn talking to somebody about that. And what happened with Wilder? Wilder, see what's happening with Tyson Fury is this. Tyson Fury got a bonus. Okay, listen up here. This is my theory on it. Tyson Fury got a bonus. He got a bonus when he came to ESPN because Bob wanted in on that Wilder shit, right? He seen the heavyweight division coming back. He seen a white fighter that he got a vision for, right? He said, okay, I work with Eddie Hearn. I work with Eddie Hearn enough where we can build this Fury and AJ thing up and we can put it on pay-per-view either on ESPN or BT Sports in the UK. We gonna build this shit up, right? So he got in on it, and Fury, and they was like, okay, you're gonna have to fight Wilder two more times. They say what we gonna do is we're gonna overcompensate you for Tom Swartz. We're gonna overcompensate you for Otto Wallin, but then you're gonna have to fight Wilder twice. That's what it's about. The two fights, all the money that Fury makes this point off of ESPN is based off the Wilder fight and the potential they got to do the potential they got the numbers to do. They talking about 2 million pay-per-view buys and all that. You know why they trying to speak that into existence? Because they overcompensated Tyson Fury. That's what it boiled down to. They overcompensated Tyson Fury to the point now that they're gonna have some return for Walt Disney. If they don't have no return for Walt Disney, then Bob Arum may not get an extension over there. Or he might be in deep trouble. He might have to pull over some of his own money for this. So they got to hope Fury and Wilder, they do a great job promoting this fight. Because it's more on the line for Fury and ESPN than it is for Wilder. So it's going to be traumatic for Fury to get back in the ring with that man. Even if he knocked Fury out in the first round, they're going to drag Fury back in that ring like they did AJ in the Ruiz rematch, and hopefully he can do a better job. That's what that trilogy about. Now, me personally, I'd rather see him beat up Dillian White than fight Fury again right now. But hey, the fight here, they putting an $80 tag or $75 tag on it. They talking about we not gonna price it up to $100. Like this fight, ain't nobody pressed for this fight. They really think this some Joe Frazier Ali type shit. It's not. It's not. If it came down to it, hey man, you wanna see the Wilder and Fury fight, man? Man, I can just watch the highlights and see what happened. That fight wasn't so great before. The best thing about that fight was the 12th round. That was it. So for them to be talking about a trilogy like this was like some undisputed or some Ali Frazier, Ali Foreman type shit. Like this wasn't that. This wasn't that. This wasn't that. I can live if they didn't fight again. I can live with it. It ain't no unfinished business, and it's to the point where when people say if two dudes want to fight each other, they'll fight each other. Wilder gonna give Fury 50-50 2 times in a row. This is a dude who don't have a belt at all, and Wilder still and no pool in America the first fight, and now Wilder still giving this dude 50-50 because he want to fight him. Wilder doing anything necessary to make this fight happen. How many other fighters could say that? You got fighters that if they don't make $1 more or 1,000 less, or they don't make more than the next opponent, they gonna say, "Oh, it was a bad offer." What you mean it was a bad offer? Or they didn't give me enough money. Like Andrade and Charlo when it was supposed to happen a few years ago. Well, Andrade say, well, Charlo making more than me. No, it's a bad deal. But nigga, you making a career high payday. LJF, salute. And when people talking about, and I want to say this too, I'm glad, I didn't want to forget this. I'm glad that LJF said 10 weeks out and still no press conference. I'm glad he's saying that because remember Floyd Mayweather? Remember Floyd Mayweather said it takes 6 months to build a pay-per-view. And people say, oh, PBC does this great promotion for Errol Spence, and they do this great promotion for Shawn Porter. They promote all of that. Ain't no promotion. That's just called a final push. PBC be announcing fights 8 weeks, dog. 6 weeks before the fight. And then they do a hell of a and then they do a big pay-per-view push. Or they do a big push to promote the fight. You know what I'm saying? And they do a big push to promote the fight. If Mayweather say it takes 6 months to build the pay-per-view, that's 24 weeks, I believe, to build the pay-per-view. And you doing it in 8 and 6 weeks. How is that great promotion? Explain that to me. If it takes 6 months to build De La Hoya, Trinidad, it takes 6 months to build Floyd, Oscar De La Hoya. How are you doing great promotion with promoting a fight with 8 weeks out, 6 weeks out, 10 weeks out? How? Everybody ain't out here making $100,000 a year. I want to fight out. I want to see happen. You say, okay, I'm gonna save up. I know. Let's just say I know Errol Spence and Crawford gonna fight this year, right? You going this year? I'm gonna put some money up, right? You save about $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to go out to Vegas or go to Texas or go out to LA or go to New York, Brooklyn or Madison Square Garden. You say this money to go there, and then it don't fight. You know what I'm saying? Then you like, oh, okay, I got $5 left over. It is what it is. I go to take a cruise or something. But the average person thinking like, you know, oh, they gonna announce it in 6 months or enough time. I'm gonna save my money up and I'm gonna go to it. You know, 6 weeks, 8 weeks out there announcing the pay-per-view fight. How does that happen? Cornelius Littlejohn, salute. How does that happen? Why do you announce a fight in 4, 6, 8 weeks, 10 weeks? And then you expect people to fly to New York, fly to LA. People got child support. People got a school to pay for. People got bills, light bill, gas bill, you know, all that. Tuition. And you think somebody supposed to spend every couple months, everybody supposed to spend 5, 6, 7, 8,000, 3,000 to come out to these fights. Then you got to pay for parking if you in a local area. 30, 40 for parking. Then you paying 40, 50 for a ticket. 100 for a ticket. You want a nice ticket. Couple hundred for a ticket. So, you know what I'm saying? They inconsiderate, dude. That's the best term to boxing is very inconsiderate of their fans. Not only do they disrespect the fans and give 5th, 6th, 8th, 10th rate fights, they don't even give you enough time to prepare for these fights. You know what I'm saying? They don't give you enough time to save up money, make travel arrangement. For people who don't know and who don't fly, the further out you make the flight, the cheaper it is. Say it again. The further out you make the flight, the cheaper it is. The further out you make the hotel, usually, the cheaper it is. Not sure. Never stayed in the Airbnb. I'm not sure. But so, you telling me what Broner was announced? Broner Pacquiao happened in what, January? That shit was announced like the second week of November. So you saying 3, 7, 10 weeks out. 8, probably not even that. 10 weeks out. And you expect people to fly out to Vegas and get the fuck up out of here. Niggas just didn't spend Christmas money. We're talking about Wilder and Fury too. In February 22nd, people didn't spend Christmas money. So you expect me to spend all this money coming to Wilder and Fury too? When I could take that very same money and go to a Super Bowl and see an event. Come on. on, you want me to spend the very same money? I could take this money, go to the Super Bowl, and ball out for a weekend? Come on, you just spent Christmas money, Thanksgiving, then you got Christmas movies and shit, then you got New Year's where you like to pop bottles. Like, damn, let me get my taxes back first. No, let me get some money saved up beginning of the year first. But here they come right out the gate. J-Rock and Philly, fighting nobody. Danny Garcia, Jarrett Hurd, the Swift card, fighting two bums. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Gary Russell somewhere in some hick town in Pennsylvania. Yo, who gonna go to all three of those fights? Seriously, in the beginning of the year. Then you talking about Wilder and Fury on pay-per-view. Then you talking about Loma on pay-per-view versus Teofimo Lopez. Then they possibly talking about Floyd on pay-per-view. Maybe Leo and Santa Cruz on undercard. They out of their mind, bro. They out of their mind, though, man. These are some very, very inconsiderate people that run boxing. And Bob Arum telling the truth. All of them having problems selling tickets. Chris Ray, salute. You know why you having problems selling those tickets? Because you don't know, y'all not giving enough time. People just tell, PBC does a great job promoting. Look at all these television shows and this face-to-face they got going on. Yeah, you got to rush the fight. People look up like, damn, the fight next week. Come on, man. These the people that's running business in America, running business in America. These are people with Harvard educations and Yale educations and education from Stanford and Cal Berkeley, and these are the people that had college tuition, man. That went to college and paid tuition and supposed to be the leaders of our business world. No wonder why Wall Street's so messed up. No wonder that teenager in can scam people out of $1 million in currency. Come on, man. These people ain't smart. A degree don't make you smart at all. A degree don't give you common sense. And it don't give you business common sense. Because I can do a lot better than a lot of these fools out here. But if Al Heyman didn't baby these fighters, which set the standard, because he's the number one in boxing, all these fighters were baby. That's why contracts take so long. These dudes is baby. It ain't lazy. But it is what it is. Fury got a bonus by fighting probably a signing bonus, and he probably got a bonus fighting Tom Source. He got a bonus fighting Alawale. Now you got to pay that cash off. He beat Wilder. It makes me no difference. If he beat Wilder, Undisputed happened faster because AJ is more likely to fight Fury. But if Wilder fights stupid again, he will get beat. God honest truth. God honest truth. It makes me no difference. I care if that fight happened or didn't happen. I mean, it's like sports tickets. Let me just say this compared to the heavyweight division. Like when the Pistons and the Lions, they do good. They win 2-3 games in a row, or 2 or 3 important games. Motherfucking $50 tickets that get you on damn near the sideline. Them motherfuckers be $300, $400. When they sorry again, they be $50, $40, $1. Same thing in boxing, the heavyweight division. When nobody wanted the heavyweight division, you couldn't pay nobody to come to a fight. As soon as they get a little bit spice in the heavyweight division, now they want to run the prices up. Now they want some pay-per-view. Man, they owe the public to put these fights on free TV. They owe the public to that. How bad that division was with Vladimir Klitschko and Vitaly Klitschko and guys like that, they owe it to us to make those fights on free TV. But let's talk a little bit about Mikey and Jesse Vargas. Mikey is adding insult to injury to Errol Spence. He turned around and get a $7 million deal, right? Get a huge deal. That's more than Errol Spence ever made, guaranteed for a fight. And then he goes to the house that Errol Spence broke in for boxing, the Frisco Star, I believe. I'm not sure if they had a fight before that. Give me 1 second. So Mikey Garcia is going to the Frisco Star to fight Jesse Vargas. Now, Hurd, they was trying to get that fight in L.A., but, hold on. They were trying to get that fight in L.A., but they couldn't get it in L.A., so they going to the Frisco Star. So Mikey, February 29th versus Jesse Vargas. Frisco Star, Frisco, Texas, in the house that Errol Spence broke in for boxing. And, to me, it's a really, really basic fighter in Jesse Vargas. 1-2 guy, not too much more than that. I think he's training with Freddie Roach now. So the Freddie Roach, Robert Garcia rivalry is reborn again. If you don't remember, they went over to China with Brandon Rios. If people don't forget, and Alex Ariza, Rios' versus Pacquiao. Alex Ariza kicked Freddie Roach in his chest. It was some bad blood there. So that is what it is. I mean, I'm not. That's like the basic fight you could make, but it's a great area to have a fight in. Two Mexican American fighters getting it on in Texas. So we'll see if they sell as many tickets or report as many ticket sales as Errol Spence had versus Carlos Ocampo. It was a crazy atmosphere there for Errol Spence. He is a hometown kid, and we'll see what type of bag the zone can pull in from that fight. But Mikey getting $7 million. So Mikey said it's and I know for a fact the Pacquiao talk ain't dead for him. After this fight, he signed a 1-year deal with an option. Eddie Hearn can match any other option on him. So basically, it's Danny Garcia or Mikey Garcia versus Pacquiao next. So I think Danny Garcia's got the little edge because he's still with PBC. But Danny said him and PBC still on good terms. Well, Mikey said him and PBC still on good terms, and so we'll see what happened. But if he was to stay on the zone, look for him to move down, fight Josh Taylor. I heard Regis Progress name out there. Also heard Devin Haney name out there. So if Mikey Garcia stay on the zone, he moving down to 140 pounds. So you talking about Josh Taylor, Regis Progress. I'm even hearing Devin Haney name thrown around there. So that's what he's looking at, and he probably gonna continue. He gonna get a big deal over there, especially if he can pull in some viewership. Mikey probably looking at a $100 million deal or $70 million deal to go over to the zone to fight the Josh Taylors, to fight the host. I mean the Regis Progresses and fight guys like that. So possibly Teofimo Lopez if he beat Lomachenko because he coming to 140. So Mikey gonna continue his career at 140 if there's no Pacquiao fight there, but he gotta get past Jesse Vargas first. So those are some of the names you could see Mikey in with. And like I said before, him and Danny didn't want to get it on, or he didn't want to get it on with Danny. Now we move on. But what's so funny about it is he was talking shit about Danny. I think he said he beat him in the amateurs and Danny was basic and it was good style for him. And I just never understood that, man. One of the worst things that happened to boxers was interviews. Some of these dudes be getting too comfortable in these interviews and they be saying shit they don't believe. Yeah, I heard. I just addressed the Josh Taylor thing. Yeah. I got your message on Xbox. I was just on for a second. I might hop on tonight if you on tonight. We can play Call of Duty. You got to invite me. I know I do that shit. I just be hopping on playing like team deathmatch, and I'm about to start playing hardcore again. Now that I didn't learn the maps, but I might go live on Modern Warfare this weekend, man. I might go live on Modern Warfare on this channel. So pay attention to that. I might hook the Twitch up to the YouTube. He said, "Man, Mikey got to show he willing to fight those dudes because I don't believe he fighting none of them dudes. He'll fight Pacquiao though. Bag too good. Always get Josito and Jesse mixed up. And I know him apart. But it is what it is on his part, man. You just tip his hat to him, man. He really a beneficiary of his heritage. It is. And remember when Jesse Vargas got with his own, they started having him holding up the Mexican flag and shit. So it is what it is, man. You gotta tip your hat off to Mikey for being an ultimate businessman. Because get $7 million, the zone just throwing money away. It's all that money they throwing away. They could have made some of the biggest fights, and it could have been a popping app without any contracts. They just throwing money. I mean, boxing is just a terrible place right now, man. As far as the money they throwing away, you could feed the homeless and get a better payback and get people donating before you paying this money to some of these fighters. But like I said, Vargas and Mikey, Jesse and Mikey, I don't give a fuck about that. Boxing just got a way of let's look at the beginning of the year, right? Let me see if I can pull up a schedule. But I do remember a lot of the fights that's going on in the beginning of the year, man. I do. I want to make a donation, just share that video. Please, please, please. Hit the like button, share the video. But those links are in the description if you want to make a donation. But let me see if I can see if Ring got a schedule for next year. Let me see. I doubt they got a schedule for next year. Yeah, they do. Okay. Next year you got Carissa Shields taking on Ivana Has been. And you also got Jerron Ennis on that undercard. Then you got January 11th. That's January 10th. January 11th, you got Jaime Maguia versus Gary Spike O'Sullivan. Who cares? Jesse Hart versus Joe Smith Jr. Who cares? Aldir Alvarez, January 18th versus Michael Seals. Who cares? J-Rock versus Jason Rosario. Who cares? But Christopher Colbert versus Drizzer Corrales is going to be the co-main. It look like that's a good fight. January 1st, Ramierz and Postal. February 1st, Ramierz and Postal. That's a good fight. But I also think the 25th, they don't have it on here. 25th is Danny Garcia and Jarrett Hurd co-main in the fight with somebody else that don't matter. Danny fighting Ivan Redick. Also, you got Demetrius Andrade headlining a 3,000 seat arena in Miami versus Luke Keeler. You got JoJo Diaz and Tevin Farmer on the undercard. And I think that's it. Then you got February 1st, Ramierz versus Victor Postol in China. And then February 22nd, you got Fury and Wilder, 2. And that's all they got on there. But like I said before, look at the beginning of the year. Pathetic. He says, when this channel asked who Crawford was going to fight, I predicted he must raid the zone for Amir Khan, Kell, Jesse Vargas. Crawford only got one of them. Jesse Vargas don't fight at, Amir Khan and Jesse Vargas don't even fight at 47. Vargas coming back down to 47. Amir Khan, he got beat up. Kell Brook don't want to fight nobody. I heard he turned down the Mikey Garcia fight. Kell Brook just a bitch. Kell Brook turned down Jaime Maguia. He turned down Terence Crawford. He turned down everybody. Just go ahead and just say I want to be with Amir Khan. Okay. So damn. So PBC think Jermall was robbed versus Miller. He didn't get that fight versus Colbert. Miller probably didn't want that fight. He was getting beat up. Things are starting to heat up like April and May. Like what, Pacquiao? That's probably gonna be June or May. So what's gonna heat up in April? Lopez and Lomachenko. That's a pay-per-view. You know, Anthony Joshua coming back either versus Usyk or, come on, man, ain't none of these fights nobody want to fucking see. You know, it's some solid fights, but nobody want. I want to see like the big fights. You know, I want to see the big fights. You know, give me Demetrius Andrade and Jermall Charlo, which I'll talk about in a minute. Give me that fight. That's a big fight for me. Caleb Plant and Benavidez. Give me that fight. That's a big fight. He coming back in February too. And Gary Russell come back in February. I don't give a fuck about no Wilder Fury 2, dog. I don't. I'm with Wilder, but that ain't no big fight, bro. Them big clumsy motherfuckers, man. That shit ain't no big fight. They think it's a big fight, but it ain't. I didn't want to see the first fight. Come on, man. I want to see that shit. Niggas gonna try to pump it up because it's Wilder. And I like Wilder, don't get me wrong. But I don't give a fuck. I'm tired of seeing these second-rate fights. Come on, man. That first fight wasn't even exciting, bro. Until the 12th round. It was Wilder swinging, Fury like slipping and looking like Humpty Dumpty, dude. Give me some Benavidez Plant. Give me some shit. I'll take Amir Khan and Kell Brook. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Might see that shit. I'll take old girl from the UFC versus Carissa Shields too. Why not? She said she won $1 million though. But yeah, man, I'm gonna just go through some news real quick. Then I'll open up for questions and answers. I heard that the DAZN sent they sent y'all boy a deal, man. They sent Jermall Charlo a one fight deal to come fight Demetrius Andrade. I presume that may happen in May. Andrade, if Charlo happen, I'm going to that fight. Depending on where it is, I'll go. You don't have Fury as a second heavyweight after Wilder. Man, I can give a shit less. I give a shit less about that shitty ass division. Come on, man. They won't sit here in this division. The division been dead for a decade and some change, right? The whole decade the damn division been dead. You know, this division been dead for 2 decades. With Klitschko and Lennox fought like 02, 01, 03, some shit like that. This shit been dead for almost 3 damn decades. 2 damn decades, excuse me. And then you want to sit here and you want to charge me $100 fucking dollars for that fight, man? Kiss my ass. I'm dead serious. Kiss it. I'm sorry, man. Kiss it. That wasn't even no exciting fight. Me fuck about that, man. When AJ got lost, man, I'm ready for Andrade and the boys and all. The only thing that get me excited if Deontay Wilder knock out Dillian White. That's the only thing I care about this division. Undisputed, try dispute. I don't care. Care about seeing no fat ass Tyson Fury go try to run the whole fight, man. Fuck up out of here. People was gassing that first fight up like it's going in the heavyweight classic vote. You know, damn classic. No damn classic, man. But yeah, the zone sent him a 1-fight deal. So we'll see what Charlo got to say about it. If they counter offer or something they don't like in the deal. But if Canelo do vacate, which I heard Canelo saying that he can't make 160 no more, or it's gonna be tough for him to make it. He do vacate that WBA belt, and they make Eubanks the Super WBA title holder, which they should order a rematch between him and Korobov if Korobov get healthy. Look for PBC to keep it in the house. They're gonna unify Charlo WBC belt with the WBA Super WBA belt if they give it to Eubanks, and then maybe they'll think about doing Andrade and Charlo. So if it's a way for Charlo to become unified champion first, they're gonna try to do that. And if he beat Eubanks and they upgrade Eubanks belt to Super WBA belt, then they can ask for more money for the zone. Because remember, Charlo was talking about the Andrade got to come over here. He left. He could find his way back. See, that was the overplay for the underplay. All right, Charlo. That's what Charlo said that because he knew they were gonna send him a deal. That's why Charlo said it like, oh, he got to come back over here. See, that's gonna be the thing. I'm not going to the zone now. I'm only going to the zone for Canelo and the Triple G type fight. I'm not going for Demetrius Andrade. Hey man, I can bet anybody on here right now, man, that Charlo don't take that deal for this year or early this year. Guarantee you. If they upgrade Eubanks, I'm telling you, he not taking that fight unless they order Eubanks for a rematch with Korobov. I'm telling you. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna say, I'm not going over there. Demetrius Andrade got to come over here. Watch what I tell you, dog. I'm telling you. And ain't nobody gonna call out to Charlo because when he ducked before, remember they said, oh, Andrade was like, yeah, I sent the offer, and Ronnie Shields said no, and they didn't want that fight right now, and this and that, and this and that, and they ain't trying to fight me. People say, oh, Demetrius Andrade is hooker. He joking. Hooker Demetrius Andrade. He laughed. He lying, man. And then Charlo came out, and Ronnie Shields did the interview and said, oh, no, we ain't trying to fight Demetrius Andrade. And Charlo said, oh, yeah, ain't trying to fight Andrade. I only want Charlo. I only want the champions of the division. I only want Canelo and Triple G, and that's it. I ain't trying to fight Demetrius Andrade. And his brother said, oh, only way I'll fight Andrade is in the street. I'll fight Andrade in the street. I'll fight him in the street. You know what I'm saying? He said, I don't care, man. Look here, man. Y'all want to blame Al and make y'all see better at night? If Al advising it, man, at the end of the day, you your own man. You your own man. If you feel you could beat somebody and Al Heyman work for you and Al Heyman the best in the business, he gonna give you the best deal. That's it. When he was ducking, nobody made a video. Everybody turned a blind eye to it. Oh man, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear him say that. Oh man, Andrade don't want to fight. At the end of the day, like I said before, man. He gonna fight Eubanks Jr. next, especially if they upgrade his title. If they upgrade Eubanks Jr. title, that's what's gonna happen. He not fighting no Demetrius. I'm telling y'all, they gonna keep them Charlos away from dudes that can stick and move. See, the reason why Jermall fought Tony Harrison is a couple reasons, dude. Nobody else was there to fight Jermall, and Tony Harrison was known as a puncher. Tony Harrison wasn't known as a slick, rangy boxer. Even though he's 6'1" and got range, Tony Harrison was known for punching. See, Charlo was expecting to come out here and go to war on some rock'em sock'em robot stuff with Tony Harrison. But Tony Harrison threw him off by coming out here sticking and moving. That's what threw him off. They're going to keep the Charlos away from anybody They use their range. They know how to box, catch, shoot, slip and move, They can keep Errol Spence, Jamil Charlo, and Jermall Charlo all away from guys like that. Especially when they not on the same network. Especially if they not on the same network. They're on the same network. That's just what it is. If you can stick and move and hit, not get hit, man, come on. And you ain't on PBC, man. You ain't on PBC network, man. They not making that fight, bro. Like I said, you gotta call a spade, dude. Just say, okay, I'm a fan of Charlo. I'm a fan of Texas Fighters. I'm a fan of Errol Spencer. I'm a fanboy. I'm a fanatic. I'm a fanan. I'm a whatever you want to call. I'm a maniac. Whatever you want to call yourself, I get it. Then what are we arguing about? It's nothing to argue about. You are a fanatic. You're a fanatic. It's cool. You going for your guy. I get it. That's what you got to know when you're on social media, and it's any argument you're dealing with. I don't argue with people no more. People can say, "Oh, CJ this or this channel that." What am I arguing for though? I done my job. You talking about me? You talking about? I've done my job. You know what I'm saying? I talk about the good, bad, and the ugly. Sometimes it's hard to do some ugly videos, but you got to do it. It hurt to do some ugly videos, man, about some of these fighters out here, but you got to do it. I'm not hiding nothing. My integrity and my brand is more than, more than that. But you gotta know who you arguing with. I ain't arguing with you. Don't like the channel? Hey man, don't subscribe, don't watch. You know what I'm saying? But people say, "Oh, I don't like his channel," but you watching though, or you taking my content though. You got dudes that got 100,000 subscribers and 150,000, 200,000 subscribers that stealing niggas content for what? He said Eubanks the interim champion, so upgrade to regular. No, he not gonna be upgraded to regular champion, bro. He gonna be upgraded to super champion. Watch what I tell you. He gonna be upgraded to super. If he unified with Charlo, they gonna make that for the super belt. I'm telling you right now, right? Yo, just because you regular champion, it don't mean you gonna be the super champion. See, you thinking like a sane boxing fan. You thinking like a regular citizen. You thinking in the world 1 + 1 = 2. In the boxing world, 1 + 1 might equal 157. It don't work that way. And if it worked that way, then Alberto Machado would have been a super champion. Old boy that beat him should have been Casico should have been super champion. Rene Alvarado should be the super champion, not Leo Santa Cruz. If boxing don't work that way. It don't work that way, brother. Stephen Butler versus Murata. If they I like Stephen Butler, but if they in Asia, Murata. So you think Canelo gonna vacate this? That's what Eubanks said. He been told that. He said I heard Canelo say that it's hard for him to make 160. He might compete at 168. Man, y'all keep talking about Visual Ortiz. Man, that motherfucker already missing weight. He missed weight. How does your second fight at 47 and you come in heavy? He not gonna be at 47 long. He may not be at 40. That's why he's trying to push for a title fight. I can't say he the truth. I can't say he the real deal. I can't put him in the same sentence as Canelo or Errol or Terence. Who he fought? Who the hell was Brad Solomon? This dude had 7 knockouts. He racing against time because he ain't gonna be at that weight long. It's a big kid. That kid should probably be at like 154, 160. So just because you want to rush and make shit happen, don't mean everybody else got to give you that opportunity. Shout out to Juan. Salute. So that's what it is, man. But Ennis, we'll see. He said he can go down to 40, so he might be there for a minute. But other than that, what else was going to talk about? We talking about Jermall. Oh yeah, I heard. I'll talk about that later. But what else to talk about? Oh yeah, I heard that All right, y'all heard this here first. Well, I've been said it, but Gervonta Tank Davis, after he beat Gamboa next week, he is going down to 130 to fight for his old belt back versus Santa Cruz on pay-per-view. Now, this might be on the Floyd Mayweather pay-per-view, or it might carry its own pay-per-view. So, Tank might be fighting on Floyd co-main event, or they might be doing their own pay-per-view. So, Gervonta Tank Davis going back down to 130 pounds to fight for his WBA title he vacated versus Santa Cruz. So they're gonna call Gervonta a four-time two division champion because the IBF and then the title he won versus Clayar, and then the Gamboa regular title he won in next week, and then versus Leo Santa Cruz. So he fighting Leo Santa Cruz next on pay-per-view, either on the Floyd card or on Fox pay-per-view, whatever. And that's how they gonna do it, man. So So that's gonna probably be his next move, man. So I mean, a dude getting a pay-per-view fight without a meaningful fight on his resume. I mean, Teofimo Lopez getting a pay-per-view fight with one big fight on his resume. Ain't this shit crazy? Yeah, I seen Coppinger and Steven Espinoza. I don't know what's going on. Ain't that crazy though? Dudes who ain't barely had a tough fight in their career going on pay-per-view. Santa Cruz, who ain't absolutely did nothing but fight Carl Frampton going on pay-per-view. Q-tip salute. This is boxing is an absolute joke. It's a joke. They just throwing anybody on pay-per-view now. JMJ 2121 salute. You think they won't do cross promotion sooner or later? But they got to do it for Fury and Wilder too. You know what I'm saying? You got two dudes who ain't never even wiped their ass in boxing going on pay-per-view. You think I'm paying for it? Absolutely not. I don't know. Probably Lomachenko gonna win, but I'm pulling for Tio. This game is a joke. But let's talk about Tank for a minute. He said yesterday, and I seen it on Xavier page. Xavier shoot the 5, and also I think it was on the media call I was listening to, and he says that when he beat knocked Gamboa out faster than Terence Crawford, that he should be pound for pound. Like at the end of the day, bro, Tank got a lot to say. Leonard Ellaby got a lot to say. Tank said, "I'm gonna fight Josh Taylor." Oh, Crawford not that good. Wilder not that. Wilder fought like a time girl or a time girl boy or whatever the fuck he said, right? How about you move Tank on up to fight? He moved up to 40. Crawford still, he said he can make 40. And if I'm Crawford, I go to that fight and pull his whole card. Like, do you not know that Tank and Crawford, that was a whole half decade ago? That was 5 years ago they fought, 2014. Gamboa was 32 years old, undefeated. Gamboa is now 37 years old. He lost to some dude, Robinson Castellanos. He got a gift decision versus Jason Sosa. He got another majority decision. Are you freaking serious? Tank, this ain't just Mayweather. Tank don't want to fight nobody, bro. Tank don't want to fight nobody. This Joker is a joke. He acting like he fought Gamboa right after Terence Crawford. I should be pound for pound. Like, this dude is a joke, dude. You be trying to rock with a dude, man, and like, dude, like, he don't even be believing the stuff that he say. Oh yeah, I should be pound for pound, and I'm like, man, just let it go, bro. He don't respond to real threats. Lomachenko, he in the race between time. He older, I younger. I'm Devontae Davis. I like strippers, and I would be like AB and let AB kiss me. Like, the fuck up out of here. I'd rather fight bartenders and niggas at the mall than fight Lomachenko. Oh no, Lomachenko? No, I don't want to fight Lomachenko. Teofimo Lopez daddy called him out the other day. Like, Tank, I don't talk about Tank. Tank don't want to fight us. Here, Tank, I don't Teofimo. Devin Haney say something. Come on, man. Come on. He quick to fight a fucking bartender. You know what I'm saying? He quick to fight somebody at the mall. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to fight Gamboa. You know, Terence Crawford, I knock him out faster. Duh. Fuck out of here. Ball game salute. I don't fuck up out of here, man. I'm talking about pay-per-view. You out your mind. I go pay. Man, please. Before I pay for Tank pay-per-view versus Leo Santa Cruz, man, please. There's a lot of things I do before that. Yeah, and here go Leonard Ellaby. Yeah, Tank, we know how to build the pay-per-view star. Who you built? Because truth be told, Oscar De La Hoya built Floyd Mayweather. That's truth be told. No Oscar De La Hoya, no Floyd Mayweather. Who else he was going to fight? We know he wasn't fighting Pacquiao. He wasn't fighting no Pacquiao. No Oscar De La Hoya fight, no Money Mayweather. That nigga still be pretty boy around here. Yeah, I go back in time and say the point where boxing changed, man, I'll tell Oscar De La Hoya, don't fight no Floyd Mayweather, bro. Don't fight. Go fight Pacquiao first. That's the day when boxing changed for the worse. When Oscar De La Hoya fought Floyd Mayweather, that's when boxing changed for the worse. Badu Jack, Ashley Theo Payne, Jalen Love, Jesse Vargas, all been on Mayweather squad. Who he built into a star. He had an opportunity to sign Shakur Stevenson, then produce the money. Come on, man. Both Badu Jack and Jalen Love got knocked out by bums. I hope that happened to Tank, bro. Derek Edwards knocked out Badu Jack, and Porky Medina knocked out Jalen Love. They got mad at Luis Cuba. Luis Cuba Arias had a better career than anybody on PBC probably when he left. Come on. Or maybe other than Badu Jack. Come on, man. That's the best thing that happened for Luis Arias is getting off of TMT. TNT, money thing. Come on, man. Come on, man. Mayweather flashing all this money, but didn't want to pay Shakur Stevenson. He had Devin Haney in his gym. Still couldn't sign Devin Haney. Come on, why are we even talking? He ended up with Tank. Nigga probably signed Tank to a Dollar General employee contract or a Family Dollar employee contract. This motherfucker's working at Walmart. They got a better employee contract than Tank. Tank probably signed like a Suge Knight Death Row contract or something like that. Chavez and Jacob. If I ain't doing shit Friday, I'm gonna watch that shit. I might go see Star Wars. I might wait the week after next shit. There'll be too many niggas here. I just got done watching The Mandalorian earlier. That shit was good. That shit good every week. Mando? Mandalorian good. If you like Star Wars, Mandalorian good. Arias got his ass beat by the Keeler guy. That's gonna fight Amar next. Oh, you mean you gonna fight Andrade next? On the flip side, Arias will still be undefeated if he was with me. You ain't lying, bro. No, eventually, no, they all got beat by bums. Remember, Derek Edwards slumped Badu Jack, and Porky Medina had Jalen Love twerking on the canvas. You know, tank ass, man. He got all this talent, but moving like a snail. If Gamboa beat Tank, I'm throwing a party afterwards, bro. We're gonna have a party. We throwing a party live on. If Gamboa beat Tank, we throwing a party. He gonna knock Tank out. He gonna knock Gamboa out in like a round, bro. That ain't even worth talking about. I was wondering how Devin was in your gym almost every day because his daddy don't like Floyd. I heard it was over a woman or something. He offered Devin Haney a multi-million-dollar deal. Yeah, Mickey Bay, Cortez Bay. Go ask him about Al Heyman, bro. Go ask him about Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather, how they move, bro. You ain't lying, bro. Tank gonna get slumped before he step up. Watch what I tell you. Tank gonna get slumped, bro. It's gonna be a Derek Edwards or Porky Medina in his fortune. I was surprised when Quillen lost to Angulo. Quillen didn't look good versus man. I was surprised. I'm like, man, Angulo looked terrible his last time out, but it is what it is. Floyd Mayweather bid $350,000 on a Bay fight. 35,000. Hold on, man. Let me go through the rumor mill real quick since y'all sitting here. I'll bless y'all with some rumors. It might not be much. It might not be much. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some comfort in it. All right, where should we start for today? Where did we leave off yesterday? Rumor mill time. All right, if you want to know, well, this ain't a rumor. This old, but Rick and our opponent won't be able to make it due to visa problems. They didn't give him the okay to come to the U.S. PBC is looking to make the fight in January due to political problems between Venezuela and the U.S. All right. All right, this is what we left off last time. Okay. Canelo will fight Billy Joe Saunders next, then Triple G. Y'all know Canelo's a WO super champion. He could fight. He could be the mandatory at any weight class he choose. Okay, give me 1 minute. You know Gary Russell coming back in like February versus King Tug, whatever that dude name is. Herring versus Frampton to take place late April in the UK. Tank will go down to 30 to fight Leo on pay-per-view. Okay. Kell Brook was the second option, but Kell Brook didn't want it. He wanted to fight at a catch weight. So Kell Brook wanted to fight at catch weight. Jose Ramierz will fight Crawford next after the mandatory postal. Mikey go to 140 to fight Taylor Regis or Devin Haney if he stays on his own. So there would be no unification between Taylor and Ramierz, but because Ramierz has two mandatories, Mikey went to the zone because there is a big chance that he won't get the Pacquiao fight. They're trying to figure it out if Floyd wants Pacquiao in May or September. If Floyd wants him for September, Mikey or Danny will get Pacquiao. The zone just offered Charlo a one-fight deal to face Demetrius Andrade. Let's see if he ducks. They're planning to offer a lot of money. Shakur and Josh Warrington is a done deal for February. Okay. Estrada will tune up with Chocolito or Quadres. And that's it for today. So that's pretty much it for today, man. Yeah, and Tevin Farmer, Jojo Diaz sometime January something. And Tevin got a rematch clause. So if y'all got any questions, I answer them. I answer them as they come. So if y'all got some questions, I answer. I wonder why Rigondeaux ain't fight since. Well, his dude that he fought, he had a visa issues. So yeah, Bob let Ramierz fight Taylor. No, I just said that he's going to move up and fight Crawford next after February. They were gonna fight, but the WBO ordered him two mandatories. He got Victor Postol, and he got Jack Contrail, the dude that beat O'Harry Davies. Was that this year? Last year, I get mixed up. So imagine if the NFL only had the NFC and the AFC championship and didn't play the Super Bowl because the Ravens say they deserve more money because they beat the Patriots, so they played the Vikings instead. Facts, J. Thomas. That security unification is about to extend his contract with Top Rank. Man, he just started that contract. He got a long way to go regardless. Top Rank get them shady contracts. Tevin Farmer versus Paulie. Come on, man. Paulie, nigga. Tevin Farmer beat JoJo Diaz. I'm taking all bets on that one, too. I'm taking all bets on Tevin Farmer and JoJo Diaz. Tevin Farmer beat JoJo Diaz. Clearly, he got my respect. He got my respect. But y'all keep the questions coming. I answer them. Raptors beating the Pistons. Well, they beating us by 10. And ain't nobody at that fucking game. Crazy. I would rather see a Loma pay-per-view over Tank. At least he fought some people. You ain't lying, bro. Leo Santa Cruz's whole career has been duck, 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 duck. And then Tank whole career been duck, 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 duck. I definitely, if I had to force to pay for one, I'm definitely going to the Loma fight. But if Loma Teofimo, I might go to that fight. I think about it. I read something like 2 year extension when you become champion, and another 2 year if he unifies. I try to see the article about it. I heard about that shit. Yeah, it won't surprise me. What are your thoughts on Tony Harrison? Nothing. He got a fight this weekend. See if he win it. One thing about Philly, they ride with their fighters. They're talking like Tevin to watch JoJo Diaz. What Fetty Wap say? Send them my way. I got some money, I want some money so I can take. Taking all money. Big money. I like it. I used to have hoes who trifling. Now I got hoes who diking. And they exciting. Jacob Chavez, who you got? I don't give a fuck. Honestly. Jacobs lose that fight. He need to retire. Chicken Cruz, $750,000 for Mexican cab driver. You take the easy Heyman money too. It is what it is. I ain't in his position. Get that easy money. And that's good money for lower weight classes. Good money. You ain't lying. Get your money, man. Get your money, man. We out here trying to function. Farmer hasn't been the same since he lost to the Chinese boxer. That dude was cheating though. So that came off that loss came off his resume. That dude had some shit in his ass. He had another title eliminator for Tevin Belt, but something happened. I can't remember what happened. Damn, so we won't see Regan out. Nope, that fight got pushed back to January. I said that shit the other day. I wonder why. They about to impeach Trump. It makes me no difference. It makes me no difference. None whatsoever. Elvis was a hero to most, but he never did shit for me. He was just, what he say, racist and playing this. Fuck him in drama. It don't make me no difference. Y'all want to put Mike Pence in there? Y'all about to put Lord Sidious up in the motherfucking president. Y'all thought what was the first one? I forget what the first dude was. It wasn't Sidious. It was a guy before him. His thing. Chavez on them clean steaks and Jacobs on them snack shakes. It makes me. Who cares about that fight? Honestly, that don't mean nothing to me, dog. If I ain't at home doing nothing, I turn it on. Mexican meat or snack, man. I don't care, man. Keep the questions rolling, man. Now, when I ain't got time, niggas got all the questions in the world. Elvis, who's it? Impeachment doesn't mean he'll be taken out of office. All right, shit. See, he's still gonna be there. Make me no difference, bro. It's like he want to get impeached. He didn't even want to be in office to begin with. He just added that shit to his legacy. When was the last president to get impeached? Was it like Nixon or some shit like that? I can't remember who it was. I could be wrong. You don't think Chavez versus Jacobs fight has the potential to be? No. What does it matter? What does it mean? You do know that fight at 168, so what does it mean? It means absolutely nothing, bro. They not being they might be counting Smith because he don't look like shit. Clinton was the last president to be impeached. Damn, he was impeached. Man, it's crazy. You would think that motherfucker was a hero. And when you type in last president to be impeached, Donald Trump come up. It ain't looking good, Trump. Shit crazy. Attendance for Loma and Lopez at the Garden. How many? I don't know. Lopez something about selling out. Hold on. Yeah, most people think impeach means someone else takes over, but it doesn't. Mm. Yeah, I heard that disciple boxing lines. White versus Big Baby. White talking about he want to fight. Dillian White said he want to fight. He want to fight Andy Ruiz or Alexander Povetkin next, which most likely probably gonna be Povetkin. Uh, Diaz, I'll be highly shocked. You got to give him credit, but I don't see that happening. How do you think Tank fight turns out? Knockout early for Tank. Miller isn't fighting anyone dangerous. No, not without his souped up shakes. Clinton didn't get impeached. Adam keeps Kanowski keep turning down the Brazil fight. Good matchup. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe he waiting to see what happened with AJ. Because if AJ go to WBO route and drop the IBF, then him and Kanowski and Pulev fight for it. Who does Haney fight next? Don't you think he needs to fight some? Well, he just tore his shoulder up, so he might not be fighting for a while. He might not be fighting till the end of next year or the middle. What would be your reaction? Be if Farmer KOs with a fathom punch? I don't know. Clinton did get impeached. It passed the House, but it didn't pass the Senate. So he didn't get impeached. He got impeached, but he didn't get removed from office. Like old boy said, impeachment is just like getting indicted. I just looked it up. It's like getting indicted, and then basically, if you found guilty, they remove you. So basically, you gotta be found guilty, both by the House and by the Senate. So Trump ain't going nowhere, bro. And if the House and Senate is predominantly Republican, which I'm not sure, and I'm probably guessing it is, at least one of them is, he ain't going nowhere. Niggas put too much energy in the wrong shit. Brazil is a bum. He wins nothing by fighting him. They just going to compare his win to Wilder win. You ain't lying, bro. Brazil need to come back fight, bro. Boy, if Seth Mitchell had Dominic Brazil chin, he'd probably be heavyweight champion of the world, bro. The House is Republican, bro. See, like I said, I didn't have to guess. I don't really follow politics. I follow the new laws has changed. Other than that, that's it. Keep the questions coming. What is it? 8:39. Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. I say I'm about to roll out, but tomorrow we'll do next week after the Tank fight we'll do the award show, fighter of the year, fighter of the decade, female fighter of the year, and we'll do all that other shit as well too, man. But other than that, about to roll out. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button on the way out. Hit the subscribe button, bell icon button. Want to make a donation? Don't forget the best way to do that is share the video. If not, PayPal, Cash App in the description. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time we go.